Stars. Just one game before heading out. This game against New Jersey here, it's their first look at the Nets. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
And the records pretty much stayed true to form when these two clubs met a year ago.
Here are the starters for New Jersey. They've got Jason Kidd, Stoudemire out there with Maurice Spates. Then it's Steven Jackson. And it's Kirilenko in at the small forward. And for the Magic, we've got Nick Young. Baca is out there with Beasley. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's Nene in at the center filling out the middle. And that one's good.
Crashing the offensive glass is such a big part of this game, and it's going to pay off for them.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, Kevin. I had a chance to catch up with Avery Johnson. We talked about Derrick Rose, who has become virtually unguardable as he's grown up into the league. He said it used to be you could play off Rose and give him the shot, but he added that three-pointer last year. And now there's nothing you can do to stop him short of doubling him every chance we get. We'll see if it comes to that, guys. And
thanks for that story, Doris. Well, Steve said it just a second ago, Clark. The results were very good for them in this head-to-head matchup.
Better than very good. I mean, they swept them, guys.
Now here is Kirilenko. Kidd, covered by Beasley. Now the pass to Kidd. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson misses.
You gotta like the interior defense, guys. Really strong, protecting the rim.
Rose passes to Ibaka. Rose dishes to Ibaka. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Ibaka's got his first 2 points.
Rose is such an unbelievably strong finisher at the rim. His explosiveness and his leaping ability and his...
Man!
Beautiful offensive execution, and they're starting to extend this lead.
And they could run away with it if they get hot at the right time here. You know, the Magic trying some different techniques last year. One was a shadowing drill that helped improve the conditioning of a lot of the Magic players. Basically, 2 players were tethered, and the offensive guy had to lose the defender. Interesting strategy and way to try to get ready for the season.
Earl Clark's checked in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Derrick Rose. And then for New Jersey, Andres Biedrin, she's checked in for Spates. And it's Randolph in for Stoudemire. He dishes it to Kidd. Looking to end the run. And again, no good by New Jersey. Clark, you mentioned that drill, and you find that very interesting. I know it paid off as the Magic were one of the better conditioned teams, Steve, in the NBA.
Man, before he was traded to Washington, Rashard Lewis remarked that drill in particular kind of lets you see who wanted it and who didn't on that roster. Just a very, very exhaustive exercise.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Boy, the Nuggets had problems in the playoffs versus the Thunder, but I thought Nene still maintained his season averages and played pretty well.
Kidd with it. The high post shot. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. The Magic leading by 9. Here's Clark. He gathers, and he lays it straight in. Ibaka's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, they've got the big lead early. We'll see if they can continue this momentum.
Yeah, you know, guys, they've been strong on both ends of the floor so far, and I think they can keep it up.
The 3. They get the rebound. Randolph. Domination in the first quarter. It's been pretty lopsided. It's the Magic up 11. Quarter of basketball. And New Jersey, looking who they've got. They've got Randolph. Bogans is out there with Udrich. And it's Andre Kirilenko. And it's Spates in at the center position. And blocked. And they're moving it up. And Ibaka slams it in.
Easy finish there.
Defense was helpless.
Here's Udrich.
You know, it was really tough going for the Nets. They had their hands full playing against the Eastern Conference last season. Just 13 up and 39 down.
Oof. Back to Kirilenko. Working on Haywood. Pass to Spates. Just 5 to shoot. Udrich for 3. That's good. Udrich has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Rocky rattled off that record. Still, though, surprisingly an improvement from 8-44 the year before against the East.
Incremental progress.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Steve. There's a little light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, maybe they can get to 15 wins against the East this year.
Now a timeout called by New Jersey. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And the thing that may have won the game for them, I think, was their shot blocking. I mean, they really caused havoc in that paint area.
You know what happens when your shot is being rejected on a regular basis? You start looking around for that shot blocker, and then you become hesitant, and you don't flow confidently with your shot, and that becomes a problem over time.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Nene, he's checked in for Haywood. Anderson comes in for Serge Ibaka. And Nick Young is subbed in for Augustine. Outside Jackson. The 3. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. Rose has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Derrick Rose, the reigning MVP, didn't take his foot off the gas pedal in last year's playoff. He continued his outstanding play. A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Now Kidd. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. 3-pointer. Go back to Rose in the playoffs, Clark. It seemed like each round teams would try and find ways to slow him down.
Well, yeah, Kevin, he had an answer for everybody except LeBron James. When Miami put LeBron on him during that Eastern Conference Finals series, there was nothing Rose could do. And so he's going to go back to the drawing board and continue to add to his game. He's got to continue to work on that outside shot. But, wow, and that was impressive defense by LeBron James.
Pulls up. Another miss by Orlando. Nets trailed by 13. Here's Bogans. And a great assist by Kidd as that one goes in. Bogans got his second bucket of the night. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Anderson against Stoudemire. And Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got his first points of the night. Here comes Kidd. Releases. Shot by Stoudemire. And it's New Jersey scoring again.
Man, is he hard to defend. I mean, you play him one way, he'll just go the other.
That'll do it for the first half. 2K Sports, back in a moment from the Amway Center.
Glad you could join us this Saturday night. It's time for the HP Halftime Report. Over at the United Center, it will...
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Here's Rose, looking for his first bucket of the game. Ibaka is out there with Beasley. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Nene. And it's Young in at the 2. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Steven Jackson is really a good perimeter defender, Kevin. I mean, a big body, 6'8", and he knows how to use his size, and he's got a toughness that you love to see.
That's a 2 from Kidd. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Beasley outside. Ibaka backs down. Jackson against Beasley. Fades and shoots. Beasley is whistled for the loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Well, he was boxed out, nowhere to go, so poor choice in going over the back.
You said it exactly. He didn't have good position. Give up on the play, try to get the next one.
Rose is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
Here's Stoudemire. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Jackson kicks to Kidd. Into Stoudemire. Young with the steal.
Great job playing the passing lanes.
And then Young with the dunk. Here's a second look with the Sprite Slam Cam.
There isn't anybody in the building that didn't appreciate that throwdown.
Well, Steve, that's as fancy a finish as you could possibly get.
A serious degree of difficulty on that one.
Boy, I tell you what, fellas, you know it had to be a very disappointing end to the season last year for Orlando. They got bounced out of the playoffs by the Hawks in just 6 games.
And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA scoring-wise. You look at Derrick Rose, leading the league in points per game. Such a great player.
Anytime these two guys are on the floor at the same time, guys, you're just waiting for one of them to go off, if not both of them.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Earl Clark's checked in for Beasley. And Thabo Cephalosha subbed in for Nick Young. And New Jersey with a change here, too. Andres Biedrins is checked in for Maurice Spates. Stoudemire backing him down. From down low, right through the D for the layup. Stoudemire's got 6 points. You know, Steve, going back to the playoffs, the Magic lost Game 1 at home, and you think that set the tone for Orlando in this series?
I think so. You know, I think Game 1 almost always sets the tone, and particularly when you lose the first one at home, it puts a little doubt in your mind. I think Atlanta gained a lot of confidence from that victory.
The Magic leading by 11. Rose passes to Ibaka. Over Stoudemire. Here.
Oh, watch out below. Run for cover, young fella. He's putting on a show out there.
Is he ever?
Yeah,
wow.
What else does he have up his sleeve?
And here is Kidd. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Now here's Jackson. Clock at 6. And it's Nene with the rebound.
Well, they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Stoudemire, the screen. Kidd against Rose. Lets it fly. And the rejection by Ibaka. Lobs it up there. Oh! Up high! Down hard!
A monster throwdown. Wow. Boom! Boy, that is an alley-oop of the highest order on the front and back end.
Well, play they've been working on, I'm sure.
That's got to be the case because that was impeccable timing.
Kidd with it. Taken away by Nene.
Smooth defense there. He made it look like the pass was intended for him.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Without question, Serge Ibaka displaying his skills today.
Seems like every time he's gotten the ball down on the block.
It's time for the fourth quarter and time to check in with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark Report. Hi, Doris.
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Magic put together, they get the Sprite Spark Award. The last 2 quarters have been about maintaining the lead they built in that first quarter. 1 more quarter to go, and they'll complete their mission, guys.
Great stuff as always, Doris. Thank you. Clark, that was the game's critical point.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I really think it was. I mean, it really tipped things in their favor. No doubt about it.
Now, that's going to happen to you when you keep piling up those points and you get on a run like that.
So for New Jersey right now, they've got Andre Kirilenko, Udrich out there with Bogans, then it's Stoudemire, and it's Spates in at the 5 spot. And he makes the free throw.
But you look at Spates and you see the unlimited potential. He's got a great jump shot. He's strong. He can score around the basket. But he's still trying to find his game and figure out his place on the floor. And he's still a young guy, so hopefully he'll eventually carve out his niche in this league.
Stoudemire, defended by Anderson. Stoudemire with the bucket.
Guys, he's really shot the ball well. It's definitely not his fault they find themselves trailing in this one.
Just talking about Spates, if he puts it all together, he's going to be a handful for anybody to work on the block.
Oh, man, I tell you what, I like his skill set, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he can be a really tough matchup. Good hands. He's got excellent length. He's just got to find a way to stay on the floor more on a consistent basis.
Well, not a bad effort there.
He'll usually knock that one down.
Augustine up top. Now Haywood inside. Straight up. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Magic lead by 14.
3 straight buckets in the paint. They're making it look effortless.
Well, speaking of effortless, you'd like to see a little more out of the defense. So how about trying, guys?
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
I was able to listen in on what Avery Johnson was going over with his team. He challenged his team to step up in the final moments, saying essentially, if you want this game, go out there and take it. Nobody's going to give it to you. You have to go take it. Let's watch how it plays out, guys.
Orlando making some changes. Damian Wilkins comes in for Michael Beasley. And Thabo Cephalosha subbed in for Nick Young. Here's Spates. To the paint. Kidd, guarded by Augustine. Gets it to go.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over him.
He's picked up by Kidd. Haywood backing down. Fades away. And this is off the right iron. Nets trail by 12. Takes the 3. Spates dishes to Stoudemire. A strong effort on the rebound. Nets the second chance points.
Smart. He's just using his size advantage to get his shot off.
And a sweet stroke, too, you might add.
And Augustine kicks to Anderson. Launches it. Can't get it to go. And the Nets now go the other way. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Stoudemire. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Boy, almost got the and one. Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Well, he did get the trip to the foul line, though, Steve. That's a nice move.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And New Jersey with a change here, too. Andre Kirilenko's checked in for McGuire.
They can't afford too many missed free throws, Kev. They need every point they can get.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And that's going to do it. I mean, this thing is pretty much over. They played well.
Well, it has been a bit anticlimactic the end of the game, but sometimes that's the way it goes.
Jackson passes to Stoudemire. Takes it up. Clark, they're in good position here to ride it out.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, if they just...
Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throw down there.
I think that may do it here. They're trying to put the nail in the coffin.
Well, just adding to the lead as we approach the final buzzer.
Outside Kidd. Stoudemire takes a shot at the elbow. Again, the miss by Stoudemire.
Well, he did a nice job to get open there. Just a little unlucky not to knock it down.
Here's Ibaka. Misses there. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.